Hello everyone, I'm Mobes. I want to go over my chain setup for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed. So first we go over Matthew. Matthew is really important because even during combat before the chain attack, he has the best break guard in the game. He can relatively spam his arts, especially his break art. During a chain attack, you will be spamming the Energy Revolt because this will give a power charge to everyone in the cast during the chain attack, which is incredibly good. So for the gem, you need to have the Swelling Blessing 5 gem. This will increase the potency of the power charge. Now for the accessories setup, I have the Chaotic Memory, so during actual combats, you will not be blocked as much. Saturni to give more power, break to break him, subtract the break resist, and then this will allow Matthew to never exceed the 100 TP threshold during the chain attack, so that the other ones can do so. So A is very good because they have the attack up art during the chain attack. Now we will not be using A very much because Glimmer is more useful, but they have a very good art still, and I will be using them at least twice during the chain attack. So for the accessories, just want to maximize their healing capabilities, and then for the tactics manual, this will give a power charge to everyone and increase the damage ratio. I will not want to use A because there are other characters who have a better chain order, but if I have to use them, I can. For Nicole, he's a standard tank. Arts aren't too great. But what is good about Nicole is, one, I give him the memory locket, which will allow him to revive allies, even as a tank role, which is really good. And then for the strategy manual, volume 3, this will allow you to reach the amazing threshold, even on the first chain order, which is incredibly useful to maximize the power in the attack, even early on in the chain. Now, Glimmer is incredibly useful. Really good healer, great arts, and then during the chain attack, Great Garland or Burning Garland gives an AoE to both crit rate and crit damage up. That is incredibly useful. This will allow Rex to do intense and crazy amounts of damage during the chain attack. Gems, just maximizing the utility she gives to the rest of the cast. Saturni Ring, I don't know what else to put it because maybe just have her do a little bit more damage, but they could be swapped out for anything else. Immaculate Necklace and Devotional Necklace just to help her spam arts as much as possible. And then the Strategy Manual Volume 6, this will allow her to go past 100%, but not complete the order. So this will allow Rex to, especially during the earlier chain orders, to reach the 200% amazing threshold. For Shulk, another tank. Unfortunately, he's not going to be doing a lot of damage, but he still has a break art, which is incredibly useful. And then what's most important about Shulk is I gave him the Tactics Manual Volume 14, along with the Break Bridge to lower enemy break resist. But this will allow the party to have another round in chain attack, and then also give a power charge. So acts just like Fiona during the base game. Rex is the damage dealer. He's going to be doing probably 99% of the damage during this chain attack. So during combat, double spinning edge, it's really good. But then during the chain attack, rolling blast just does intense amounts of damage. Like, it just erases them, especially during the later chain orders. For gems, just maximizing crits and damage. Now, because I'll be going over a Fog Beast, I want to have the Sunlight Ring, which increases damage to Fog Beast, Fiber Wraps for launched enemies, Saturni Rings to increase just more attack, but I could probably switch that for something else. And then Strategy Manual Volume 18. I could probably switch this out for something else as well, but this allows Rex to always get more increased TP when he's activated, which will be in every single round. So Nael, she's the one that I need to fix the arts on because I haven't maximized her utility yet, damage-wise on the arts. However, what's important is one, Warped Black Butch, because she uses ether damage. But the Tactics Manual Volume 3, this is incredibly important because it allows the enemy to have 75 percentage points lowered after her chain order, which is incredibly useful for Rex to do even more damage. So for the Unity, a lot of people like to combine Rex with Matthew because Matthew is another high damage dealer. However, I just like the skills that Glimmer gives with Rex, and then I just feel like the burst damage with Glimmer does more than the smash attack with Matthew. I could be wrong, but I've seen more damage with Glimmer than with Matthew. All right, so with that out of the way, let's go to the actual combat. So Fog Dweller Abacy, pardon me. It's honestly not too bad. I don't even think he's the hardest super boss in the game. It just does take a little while because his break resist is fairly high, so it might take just a little bit of time for you to finally get the break damage on him. I have Glimmer, I believe I have Glimmer with one of the accessories that upon arts usage, it increases the chain attack meter. If I don't, then you can put that on someone else. It'll be useful just to increase or make the time faster for the meter to get up. So right now I'm controlling Matthew the entire time. Not because of damage-wise. If I just want to do pure damage, I would control Rex. But Matthew is able to pretty effectively spam his break art. And if it doesn't hit, then I just spam the evasion art, and then the Mighty Strike art on the bottom, because after I hit that 3 times when Abacy is forward facing, the talent art will be basically recharged, and then when I use the talent art, all my arts are recharged again. So I can pretty quickly just spam break arts against Abacy. Now, even with the res down, it can still take a little while to break Abacy. Now, I was able to break him here, but I was not able to topple and then launch him right now, so I had to wait for another time. What I could have done is after he was broken, I could have switched to Rex to then topple and then to launch, and this would have gotten me to the chain attack much faster. But I wasn't smart enough, so I just stayed on Matthew. So we just had to wait another like 30 seconds to a minute, I believe. I think I was able to get him to break not too long afterwards. So we'll just wait until he's broken again. Again, just his talent art, Matthew's talent art allows him to spam his arts very effectively. So yeah, so I was able to break, topple, and launch pretty quickly afterwards, so it wasn't too big of a deal. So now, perfect, I wanted Nael first because I want to reduce the physical defense of Abacy immediately, which will allow Rex to do more damage. So I want to start with Matthew to get the power charge to everyone. Next, I want to use Rex because I just don't have enough TP to get to 200 yet. So I just want to get damage off. Then I want to go to Glimmer and get critical attack up and critical rate up as well. Now, she's able to go past the 100 threshold, and now I use Nicole to get to the 200 percentage points to get the amazing roll to just increase the damage ratio of the chain attack. So, again, I need to be able to find a way to utilize Nael more for her arts, but she's really good for the chain order. For this, perfect, I wanted to get Glimmer next. So Glimmer is able to increase the damage ratio even more, and I want to have Rex's chain order last because he does more damage, and the later you use him, the chain order wise, the more damage he will do. So here, start with Matthew to get the power charge, then I use Glimmer to go past the 100 percentage tactical points, but not ended there, and then to use Rex to finish the order to get to another amazing. And I'll be using that combination for just about the rest of the chain attack. Matthew, Glimmer, Rex. It's very effective because you go over 200%, you get them all. So here I was lucky to get Shulk. What this does, this gives me a free power charge to everyone after the chain order, and then another round of a chain attack. So again, use Matthew, Power Charge, Glimmer, critical rate up and critical damage up, and then go to Rex to just do incredible amounts of damage. You can see him doing 2 hits of both of them over 1.5 million damage. So again, Rex is just does so much damage. The entire premise of this chain attack is just to help Rex do as much damage as possible. So yep, I was able to get Rex last, which is great. So now my damage is going to be over 1000%. So again, start with Matthew to get a power charge. Now here, I'm actually going to use A because they are able to come back immediately, and I'm going to attack up for the entire party, just making Rex do even more damage. Then use Glimmer again, critical rate up and critical damage up, goes up to 250, and then Rex, you'll just see how much damage he just erases. And because this damage ratio is now 1200%, the damage he does, even without a power charge, is just insane. And now for the Unity combo. Again, we use Matthew to give a power charge to everyone. Going to use A because they will use it. Will give attack up to Rex. Then I'll use Glimmer to do, again, critical rate up and critical damage up. And then finally Rex, who will be able to just delete with 4 million damage on each attack. Insane amounts of damage. Again, 99% of the damage done during this chain attack was Rex. And as you'll see, just millions and millions of damage. And then for the burst damage, just about 10 million damage. So I was able to get 51 million damage done. And this isn't even completely optimized. I can very, very easily get this better. But this setup, I'm averaging 40 million damage each time I chain attack. So yeah, fun game. It's very fun. I really, really enjoyed these characters, the setup, the combat. It's not too different from base game, but just a little tweaks. I actually really like the fusion arts they did for this game. I almost prefer the fusion arts to this game than in base game. But yeah, really enjoyed Future Connected. Future Redeemed. Sorry, Future Connected was for Xenoblade Chronicles 1. But yeah, Future Redeemed, incredibly fun. Loved the game. And it didn't take too long to beat. So yeah, that's the game. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.
Okay, it's all backed up.